Hello YouTube, what's going on? I'm back again with another video. This time it's about the Nexus devices. Now it's not just another review, it's a review in April 2016 competing with the newest flagships from Samsung, which is the S7 and the LG G5, which is a modular device with weird extra features. So here you go. So as you guys can see, we put on some black titanium D brand on our Nexus 6P. And you can see it looks fabulous. There's the Type-C port for charging. It does support quick charge at 3 amps and 5 volts. And I've had really good experience. Like whenever I sort of end my day, it's around at 70%. And I plug it in and in 10 minutes, bam, it's back to 100 if I hadn't used my phone at work at all. But as you can see, it has got the Super AMOLED display with really deep blacks, which you can see I always keep a black wallpaper. Love the deeper blacks. Google Now, and then you can see the OK Google command. You can always wake up the phone, even if it's sleeping in your pocket, in your car somewhere. It's very easy to get directions, weather, time, all that good stuff. And then there's Google Now on tap, which you may have already seen, but which is now greatly improved sort of application. You can see I'm trying a few, and it always comes with the result. If not, at least comes with a creating calendar event based on time and message from one of your sort of friends or colleagues. You can see I'm trying just a message here, and it's about Conor McGregor retiring from UFC, and bam, I just wrote Conor and knows I'm talking about UFC. It's really improved since I bought this phone. I started off with the Nexus 5X. I just didn't meet the battery life requirements for me, but the Nexus 6P is doing pretty well. I haven't put any case on. I'm not really a case person. I just take care of my phone. And yeah, there's a beautiful Quad HD 1440p display. Just watching the HTC 10 review just for fun. HTC 10 on the other hand is a really good phone after a while. HTC, thank you. But HTC's 10 is actually looking good. They've sort of adopted Motorola's policy of pure Android and just not sort of putting duplicate apps on the app drawer and sort of giving a clean UI. Anyway, it still doesn't compare to a Nexus device, if you know what I mean. You don't get that latest updates, you don't get that awesome camera, you don't get the superb support and security patches straight from Google, although that is changing very soon. It just came in the news that the Xperia Z3 is going to be getting the Android N developer preview. That means Google is considering other manufacturers and OEMs to supply its latest operating system before the actual OS is released, which is pretty good. It has it all usual perks. NFC, which is located in the back visor of the phone because it cannot communicate from the metal. It has a really good memory management, really good storage management, I'd say, better than Lollipop and previous Android versions. And there's an LED light hiding behind that front camera, which you can activate. It's very optional because it does have ambient display, and it does a pretty good job of giving you notifications. You can see I'm just sweeping through some apps here, some Netflix. You can see the quality, the huge 5.5-inch display. It's pretty good for watching any video entertainment, and you can just use the front stereo speakers, which sound great, by the way. You can see the overall performance being super snappy. You can see the camera, which is a 12 megapixel 1.33 microns pixel size, which is very larger than a standard pixel on a standard camera that you would find, say, on a Galaxy S6, which changed and everyone followed the suit, including the HTC 10, LG G5, and Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. Apple following the suit on the new iPhone as well. the Nexus imprint sensor, which is obviously a nice addition and everyone knows about. I've had really good experiences with Nexus imprint. 99% of the time it has recognized my fingerprint, although it only failed to recognize only if my hands were like wet. Even if they're wet, it sometimes has worked. It's just that if they're too smudgy, it's too much dirt after a bike ride, it doesn't work. But other than that, the sensor itself is sort of self-cleaning in nature, so you don't have to actually physically clean the sensor, just clean your hands, fingers, whatever you're using to unlock your phone, and then bam, should be good to go. And that back housing also sports a laser autofocus, dual LED flash, which is rarely used except for a torch, but it's a pretty good phone, well compared. I use the Android's do not disturb mode a lot. I mean a lot, because I hate sort of being disturbed while watching a video or say playing a game. For example, I'll just demo the Colin Macrelli. This rally game is like very bare bones, really like last gen graphics, but works at 60 frames per second on this phone, which is the sort of next sweet spot for the phones now. Every game will run smooth with mediocre battery life usage. It does support the actual Snapdragon 810 CPU, which is actually known for its overheating issues, which is not visible or not experienced on this phone. It's very well sort of modified and tuned to the need. There is 3 gigs of RAM, which I showed earlier. It's the volume and power button on the right, SIM tray on the left, and the really good Nexus logo, which I covered with rebrand, just keeping the X, which actually described Nexus just as well as a full Nexus logo. Although, just a quick tip for whoever's buying D-brand for their Nexus devices, don't get the full Nexus logo. I've had experiences where some of the letters or some parts of the letters will start coming off. I don't know if it's a D-brand issue or if I didn't apply it correctly, but I haven't had any problems on the X itself, just the X logo at the back. So whoever's sort of jumping the gun there, just a quick advice. And all in all, a pretty good phone. I mean, all phone reviews these days end up being very similar, but this one has just hit the sort of sweet spot mark where everything is sort of perfect. There's good battery life, quick charge, high-speed Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm like way far from my router. I'm still connected at 350 megabits per second link to my router on wireless AC. And then, you know, it's just a perfect phone.
So thanks again for watching this video. Like it if you like it, to subscribe, and click that I button up there to check out the other videos that I have on my channel. And if you find them useful, share it with your friends, spread the word. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.